So we begin in our chair, and I invite you to scoot a little bit forward on the chair so that we're resting on our sits bones. And if that's too much, if the spine isn't happy being so vertical, of course, you can scoot back. The reminder here is that your body is your teacher and I am your guide. So listen closely to the body. And if anything we do feels straining or stressful, back off from the posture and perhaps allow yourself to envision or imagine or visualize the action rather than actually doing it. That helps the body too. We settle with our breath now. Allowing ourselves to be grounded in our seat and grounded in our feet. And as we breathe in, notice how the collarbones lift, the heart lifts, the spine lengthens on the inhale. And then on the exhale, notice how everything returns. And then we expand again with our in-breath. And we release with our exhale. Allowing our mind to stand down, to shift gears, to come into a place of receptivity and attentiveness to our breath and to what's happening in our soma, in the tissues of our body. We come into an interoception, an awareness of what is happening within. And now gently let the breath deepen as we prepare to move. Perhaps releasing your next 3 breaths with a sigh or a sound out of the mouth. We're going to bring our fingertips to rest on top of our shoulders. And we're going to draw the elbows toward each other, up, back, and down. We're drawing them toward each other, up, back, and down. And again, toward each other, up, back, and down. How's your breath doing? Is there breath moving here? Bring your focus to the breath, because this pattern is easy to follow while we reverse it. Breathing. Keep that breath moving. And then we come to a pause. In January, we've been exploring neck and shoulder work in each class, and we are continuing to do that. We're going to take the left hand and wrap it to the right side, interlacing the fingers. So we're bringing the hand toward the waist. If interlacing the hands doesn't feel good, hold the left wrist with the right hand. We're going to take our left ear toward our left shoulder. any amount. Make sure that the right shoulder doesn't want to join the party. We're finding a stretch here, right? Yes. Breathe. And then on the next in-breath, we bring our head back to center. And now we're going to turn our head again to the left side. So we've toggled that left arm a little closer to the right. So we're working on the shoulder and the neck, affectionately called the schneck. We're breathing here. And I hope that brought a little chuckle to you. The first time I heard it, I totally cracked up. We're going to bring our head back to center. We're going to interlace the hands right in the center of our pelvis. We're going to lift the hands back just a little bit, lift the heart up just a little bit, lift the chin up without dropping the head back. Breathe here. And now we're going to take the right hand, wrap it around the waist on the left side, interlacing the fingers or taking that left hand to hold the right wrist. And now we're going to tip our ear to the right side. Any amount, no force, no strain. Simply allow the body to soften. Lots of breath here. Imagine the eyeballs just floating in their sockets. You don't need to look at anything. Particularly, a soft focus helps. On the next in-breath, come back to center with the head. And now we slowly turn the head to look to the right side. Breathe here. We're going to slowly bring our head back to center. We're going to take our hands interlaced somewhere near the center of the pelvis. Extend them behind, lift the heart, lift the collarbones, lift the chin without dropping the head back. Those shoulder blades are drawing together nicely, aren't they? And then we release the hand. We're going to take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. We're going to take the right hand behind us. We're going to create a twist here. So that right hand can either hold on to the back of the chair or rest on the seat behind the pelvis. Connect now with the left foot. So press into the left foot. And we're slowly going to turn the head. So we hold the twist, breathe in and out as we slowly begin a migration of the head from the right to the left. And we're going very slowly here. We want to notice any point at which the neck begins to tighten. And if it does, that's the pause point. We're going to pause there and breathe into the the bit that's tight. And don't go too far into the tight bits. Just allow yourself to go, oh, that's a little bit tight. I'm pausing there. And once you're on that left side, we're slowly going to bring our head back toward the right. And we don't move too quickly with this because we're explorers. And then the next time we're on the right side, we're going to let everything come back to neutral. Pause here. As we breathe in, we watch and feel the spine as it lengthens, the heart as it lifts. The shoulders move with this. There's just a little lift in the heart and the collarbones, and the shoulders rise just a little bit. We don't have to make them. Our breath does it. Now we're going to take that right hand to the left thigh. Take the left hand behind. Hold the back of the chair. We're going to lift the heart. We're going to press into that right foot for a little extra twist. We begin by looking over that left shoulder, and then we begin the migration to the right. So most often in our culture, we move very quickly through things. We slow down here to really notice any point at which the neck tightens. Or maybe it's the shoulders. We're taking a rotation as completely as the body says yes to, traveling to the left side. Breathe a few times when you arrive there. And then slowly we're going to return the head to the right side, press into that left foot. And once we're on the, we're moving from the from the right to the left. Once we're on the left side, that heart lifts, we press into the foot. Maybe we twist just a little bit deeper. And then we slowly come back to center. Sorry about the cueing. It happens. We're going to do a few sit stands now. So take 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, hinge up and come to standing. So now we're going to do some sit stands. We're only going to do 5 of them. We're going to bring our hands to our heart center. If you're new to sit stand, this is an activity that is one of the key designators or significators of whether or not we live independently. So we squat like we're sitting down, and then we rise up. We're going to do it again. This time, press into the feet to activate the rise. We're going to do it again. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. So it's recommended that we train ourselves to be able to do at least 5 of those in 13 seconds. We could talk more about that if you're curious. Now we're going to do a couple lunge sequences, because today we're going to be going through Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and Triangle. So we're going to warm up our hip flexors. We step to our chair, hands come to the seat of the chair. Let's start by stepping back with the right foot, any amount. You decide how long you'd like that to be. Check the front knee. We want that perpendicular to the ankle. Now the leg that's behind, the long leg, draw the back of the knee up. If you look at the screen, you'll see how that works. It's pretty simple action, but it really helps to open awareness in that hip flexor section of the body. Keep the heart lifted here. Breathe. Whew, firing up those that front thigh, right? We're going to straighten the front leg, Scoot that back foot in a little bit so the foot can be flat on the floor. And we're going to take our head toward the seat of the chair, pausing when our hamstrings begin to tighten. We don't need to go past tight. We get to breathe into tight. We're going to scoot that left foot back next to the right foot. We're in a chair dog. Lift the sits bones to the sky. Bend the knees as needed to make this posture comfortable. And now we're going to step forward with the right foot coming into the top of a lunge. I move my back foot back. I have kind of longer legs and a shorter torso. So sometimes when I move from position to position, I need to move my foot. So we've got our knee right above the ankle. We've lifted the back of the knee. We're pausing here. We're allowing the pelvis maybe to drop a little bit toward the seat of the chair for a deeper stretch. Breathing. And now we're going to straighten the front leg. We want to have that back foot flat on the floor. It's going to be parallel. So I step forward just a little bit as I hinge toward the seat of the chair, any amount. Breathe here. And then bending both knees, we're going to step up. We're going to sweep up and we're going to come to mountain. So we're going to go through a warrior one, warrior two triangle sequence. If you feel like balance may be challenged, you can keep a chair nearby so that your hand can touch down. So we start here. We're going to step forward. Let's take the right leg forward and the left foot back. So in warrior one, highly recommend being on the ball mound of the back foot. So the heel's off the floor. The feet are parallel, but they're a distance away from each other, like think railroad tracks or skis, not tightrope. When we're here, so a lot of times people drop that back heel and then pivot the hip forward. I find it easier on the pelvis and the hip joint and the knee, if that back leg, back foot is heel up. We're going to rise our arms up. Maybe they come just out of our shoulders. This is going to depend on your sense of flexibility. Then the arms rise up. There's a little back bend here. And then that back foot's going to pivot and we're releasing the heel to the floor. We're keeping the front leg steady as we open our arms into warrior two. Obviously, I didn't think this all the way through when I organized my body, but that back foot is anchored now and it's on an angle. Check to see whether palms down or palms up feel good, and we look over that front hand. And now we're going to take that front hand, straighten the front leg, bring it to the inside of that front leg, and the other arm can come up or wrap the waist. Draw the shoulder back if you're wrapping the waist. To come out of this, we're going to bend the front knee, rise through warrior two, pivot on the back foot now, heel up, coming into warrior one. Then we're going to step up. Pause for a moment, feel the right and the left side of it all. And we're going to switch sides. So we step back now with the right leg. That left leg is in front. We've got the heel up on the back leg. The knee is bent. When we're looking at the knee, we want to sight the second and third toes. Our knees sometimes in Warrior One have a tendency to lean in. We want to make sure our knee is stable. We're going to breathe our arms up. We're lifting in the back of the knee toward the sky. See if we could stabilize that front knee as we breathe here. And maybe there's a little back bend. Shoulder height can work. Above the head can work. Hands at heart can work. Your choice. Now we're going to travel through this to Warrior Two. We pivot on the back foot. The heel comes in. That's going to turn our torso forward. We're in Warrior Two. Look at us. Check palms up, palms down, which feels best. Do what feels best. Look over the front hand. Sight the front knee, make sure it's aimed toward the second, third toes, breathing here. Press to the outer edge of the back foot and watch those hip flexors light up. And now we're going to come into triangle. So the front hand roll comes down as we straighten the front leg. We can bring our arm up or we can wrap the waist. Front leg is straight. Breathe here. We're going to rise up through Warrior Two. So now the front knee bends. Arms float up. We're going to pivot back to the ball mound of the back foot. Watch your transitions, travel slowly through them. We're going to rise up. Warrior One. To come out of this, we're going to bring our hands to rest on our waist. Let the front knee straighten and the back foot sink to the floor. Pivot so both toes are parallel, coming forward. We're going to take a forward fold here, bringing our torso parallel to the floor. So when you have osteo issues of any kind, osteopenia, osteoporosis, forward folds beyond a torso parallel to the floor are not recommended. So we pause here. If you're certain that your bones are in great shape and you don't have a concern about those, you can hinge forward even more if your body allows. Nice breath. I'm holding on behind my knees. You can hold on at the ankles or even bring the fingertips to the floor. It depends on your flexibility. To rise out of this, we're going to bend our knees, turn the feet in, the heels in, the toes out. We're coming into Goddess. And we'll pause here with breath. Then straighten the legs. Turn the feet parallel, five-pointed star. And then floating the arms up, either to the V or to the I. Walk the feet toward each other. Hands come to heart center. Let's bring our chair back into play. So we're going to face the seat of the chair. We're going to sweep up. We fold to the seat of the chair. This time, we're going to extend the right leg. We're coming into the top of a lunge, left foot, left knee bends. We're going to straighten the front leg, step forward with the back, hinge. Step back with the left, parallel to the right, chair dog. Right leg steps forward, lunge. Straightening the front leg, hinge. Step back, chair dog. Release the chair, bend the knees as much as needed. Fingertips touch the floor. Sweep the arms up, press the floor away, come to back to prayerful mountain. And then we take a seat on our chair as we close our practice with Shavasana. So have a seat. Gently close your eyes. Settle here. Let the jaw be soft. Return to the awareness of the spine, lifting and releasing. We have another metta for today. We've been doing metta prayers during January. It begins with I, which we take in personally. We offer it to another person, bringing another person to mind as we go through the you cycle, and then the we. And so just allow yourself to settle here as I invoke this prayer. May I be at ease in my body. May I be gentle toward my own discomfort and suffering. May I be grateful for my own joy and well-being. May I receive others with compassion and understanding. May you be at ease in your body. May you be gentle toward your own discomfort and suffering. May you be grateful for your own joy and well-being. May you receive others with compassion and understanding. May we be at ease in our bodies. May we be gentle toward all suffering and discomfort. May we be grateful for all joy and well-being. May we receive others with compassion and understanding. We close our practice by opening our arms wide. We gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.